Welcome to this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports, and what I like to consider a very special edition of Mainly Motorsports for multiple reasons this week. First off, it's the week of the Oxford 250, the biggest one-day short track race in the country. And we're going to be there bringing you some highlights, talking to some competitors, and catching up with the guys that had the nights that we all dream of. And really looking forward to that. As you see this week's episode, still plenty of times to get over to Oxford, get your seats, get your tickets, get out there and see some of the best short track racing, from the qualifying races to the support divisions to the main event that you'll ever see throughout any part of the country, anytime, any racetrack, anywhere. So that's what, starting off, what makes it exciting. Secondly, we just had our second annual Mainly Motorsports night / Bizzuto's Inc. night at Wiscasset Speedway, and we haven't got the final total in for all the donations that were collected and all the raffle money that was collected, but man, what a great night. We raised a lot of money. Thank you to Wiscasset Speedway that opens up the gate to us, rolls out the red carpet, lets us do what we do, and you know, my team that showed up, just phenomenal. You know, Amy, Missy, Amy, Sue, of course Debbie, you know, everybody that helped out, Leela, Jackson, Brick, Tanya, Louie in between racing, Sarah, you know, Regina, you know, just all of it, just a huge, huge help, as we just had a great night, and unbelievable, the overwhelming support that the fans give us for what we do, and it was all fun, and we present the trophies, bring some Olympians into victory lane, and the drivers have a great time with it, presenting back to the Special Olympians, giving them a trophy, and you know, a couple of them pretty animated in victory lane, and that was why we did what we did, and that was worth every dollar, quarter, 10, 20, whatever you put in, that was worth it, and you got to see it. So that just makes it very special, and it was a great night. And for those that were there, saw something that, you know, you never know when you're going to go to a fight and a hockey game breaks out, so to speak. But how about going to a race and an engagement breaks out? Yes, an engagement. As I took the opportunity, as we had a lot of family, friends, all the grandchildren, 3 of the 4 kids in attendance, and a lot of our mutual friends and our extended family and friends at Wiscasset Speedway. So I felt like it was a great opportunity to do what I've been planning on doing for quite a while, and that was to propose to Debbie Dorr. And pretty unique, didn't know how to do it, didn't know how to, you know, I mean, I know how to do it, but got Ken involved as he came up with a fictitious way of getting us up on the flag stand, as we were going to be the honorary starters for the night for the first race on the Spotlight division, the Strictly's, and that was all a little white lie. We just needed to get her up there so everybody could see it. So really great, really appreciate it. A lot of well wishes, a lot of oohs and ahs, and you know, I appreciate it all for both of us, but especially her. She's a very special lady. Does a lot for me, does a lot for other people that they don't see, and is really the driving force behind what we do here. So for those of you that didn't witness it, here's a little clip of what took place over to Wiscasset this past week. And when we come back, it's 250 time.
So who's going to wave, you or me? Oh, I just asked her, Ken, who's going to get to wave the flag, you or me? She goes, well, you got to do it at Charlotte. And I did last year, so. Can you get down?
Yes.
All right.
I thought that would be the case.
Well, no, I'm flagging tonight. I won the VIP package for this. No, listen. Now, everybody knows this lady, and she does. So stop. She says, stop, come here. Everybody, we all got those people behind us. And she, like I said, you heard me say earlier, she doesn't want me to embarrass her. She doesn't want this. She doesn't want that. Well, let me, geez, you guys got your own fan club. Well, she does so much for what I am and what I'm all about. And if I couldn't do what I do without having her behind me, it would be more of a train wreck than it would be. And we always talk about, you know, from the old school, Ken, you remember, Shaggy had Scooby, Skipper had Gilligan, Laverne had Shirley. That's what you are to me.
I'm your Shirley?
You're my Shirley. But most of all, she's become my best friend. And I'm here today to ask my best friend if she will now become my wife. So, I can't get down on one knee. Oh, wait a minute, yeah, I got it. She wants the whole full effect.
I waited.
Oh, she's waited, she said. So, I'm gonna open this so it don't fall out. Oh, so Debbie Dorr, what? Don't cry. Jesus, what is it with me and making women cry? Will you marry me? Yes. Yeah. All right, babe. I love you. I told you we were going to get in. No, yeah. She goes, oh, that's why my daughter's here now. So, yeah, let me give you that before I lose it. Now, don't fall down the bleachers. I'm really not waving the green flag. I could care less. So, I'm interested in making people. You want to? You want? Yeah, you can stand. Can she wave the green flag? All right. There you go. What do you want me to do with that? Does it fit? Well, put it on. Jesus. Honestly, you know why your daughter's here? Because if you said no, she was my ride home.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
That was awesome.
All right, folks, if you would please.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Ignition won't turn? Wait, don't tow it. It may just be a one key. Hi, I'm Jim Broadhurst, owner of eKeys for Cars of Saco. At eKeys for Cars, we'll diagnose your problem over the phone and give you a firm quote. No bait and switch here. Whenever or wherever you're stuck, eKeys for Cars will come to you. Call eKeys for Cars in Saco, the fast, affordable fix for your car key and lock needs.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by LKQ Core. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham. Wiscasset Speedway, Maine's biggest and fastest, with $5 admission every weekend and loads of family fun. Check us out at wiscassetspeedway.com.
Bentley Saloon, Route 1 in Arundel. Stop by and see why me and my friends say, who has more fun than us? We do.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and we're up here, the biggest weekend of all of New England. I don't care what anybody says, the biggest weekend's race taking place, the Oxford 250, and we're at a shop that one of the winning cars could have rolled out of. Not necessarily with DJ Shaw, but I know that's who they want to win it. We're up here at Dale Shaw Race Cars, and DJ, pretty exciting. It's 250. It's something your family has been going to for years and years and years, and another one's here.
Yeah, it's an exciting time of the year, and you know, just got a lot of cars ready to go here, and hopefully one of them can go to victory lane.
Yeah, and obviously you've been close. Your dad's been real close. How big is this race to the Shaw family?
Oh, it's huge, and Andy's got a top three, Dad's got a top three, I have a top three, but none of us have wins, and I definitely want to be the one to get that, and you know, and maybe get Gabe a top three too.
Yeah, and it's funny is when we talk about it, old school racing. This is one of those old school races. It isn't about the money that's going to come along with that win. It's about the fact that everybody talks about you're the reigning champ. DJ won it 5 years ago, or you won that race, and you know, and it's so hard to win. So when you look at guys like Nason and Rowe and Dion that have been able to do it 3 times,
yeah,
I mean, it's you can't even fathom it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, really, and this would be a good year to start our own role like Ralph had in the late '90s. So that's it's tough to do this this level of competition this day and age, but Kurt has the potential to do it, and hopefully we can be the ones that get there and challenge him.
Well, it's funny because one of the things that we hear all the time, and it sounds funny coming from up in northern New England, the short track program versus the bank track, and it seems like that's one of the areas that you've not struggled on, but you're not where you need to be with like the 7 and the 59 and Travis Benjamin. But this year, that gap is narrowed.
Yeah, we're getting closer. We're still 4th or 5th every time we go, and but we're getting closer to them and staying closer to them as we run 4th. So eventually that 3rds and 2nds are going to happen, and with a little luck, maybe even a win this weekend.
Yeah. Now, for Dale Shaw race cars, I mean, obviously they're pulling for you. They want to roll that rig here Sunday night and unload and have the winning car here, but they have a lot of opportunities, and so they're lending a lot of assistance, yourself, your dad, and everybody, to try to get one of their cars and all of them running better.
Yeah, it definitely. It would be huge for any of us to win, and from a business standpoint, it would be even bigger if any one of them but me won. But for selfish reasons, I obviously want to be that person. So hopefully we just sweep the top 3 and we can all be happy. But that would have to be a perfect world.
That'd be some serious bragging rights, huh? I mean, there's some stout stuff, and take a guy like Bubba.
Yeah.
I mean, and I was talking to somebody the other day. I said the best thing that could happen for this race for Bubba Pollard is him to come up and be competitive, not win it. Be competitive, so other guys, and trying to turn it back into the days when your dad ran this race, the South versus the North, and everybody came, and it was that race that everybody wanted to be a part of.
Yeah, it would be nice if that happened, and he's obviously going to be competitive. He's competitive everywhere, so he'll definitely be right up there, and hopefully not better than us, but right there with us.
No, and you got a great program, obviously leading the Pro All-Star Series points. But you couldn't do it alone. I mean, you're a great wheelman, but it takes a lot of people behind the scenes to make this happen and give you the opportunity to what's going to happen here at Oxford. And talk about some of those people.
Yeah, we got to thank Precision JLM and Julio and Rita. They've been with me for a long time since I started in Super Late Models, and they give me everything I need to win, and hopefully I can give them the win in return. And Craig Brown, he owns the car behind us, and that's been the car we've been running every week since Bangor, and we ran it the first Oxford race, so it has a few of those, and I think it's got top 5s every race so far. So, we obviously are going to win, but if we can keep that streak alive, that will be pretty impressive, and we'll be satisfied.
No, absolutely, and it's such a big deal. And when it comes from a family like the Shaws, and your dad's been close over the years and competed in who knows how many of them, people, I don't think, get to understand how big a deal this race is for a family.
Yeah, it's huge. It just, we've all tried, we've all got top 3s, and none of us have won, and just, every year I want to be that guy, and just got to keep working at it, and we'll get closer, and if not this year, we'll just try again next year, and we got to keep trying, and hopefully eventually we'll get one.
Now, when you roll in this weekend, is the mindset already made up of what your plans are for practice on Saturday and practice on Sunday, and you don't worry about the draw or any other stuff, or do you kind of go as the day goes, make your plans?
Yeah, I mean, we'll pretty much probably unload with what we're planning on racing. We'll make a few small tweaks here and there, but for the most part, I think our baseline is close, and if you unload 35th, or I guess you could still adjust it to win, but I'm guessing the 7G is not going to unload 35th, so you're going to have to be on your game right out of the trailer, and hopefully be pretty good all weekend.
Well, usually I do this show every year. We're all sitting in the group together, and when I ask this question, everybody looks around the table, and they don't want to offend nobody, so they're always going to mention everybody at the table or somebody. This year, nobody's sitting with anybody, but I'm pretty sure everybody's going to say the same thing. But if you don't win it, DJ, who's got to be the odds-on favorite, or who do you think's going to win it?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to bet against Kurt right now. The streak shows that he is the favorite, but definitely Cassius is getting real close, and that's a good team that they could just find that one little thing they need to beat him. And I think myself and Reed and even Barker and Travis Benjamin are getting pretty close, and you can't ever count Bubba out either, so he could be right there. But, you know, hopefully we're in contention, and we'll still be trying to catch that 7G, I'm sure.
No, absolutely. But all of us at Mainely Motorsports are ready for a great race. We'll be watching the 60, and would love to be interviewing you at the end of the night, knowing you got that first one, because for the low-key guy, the guy that's just so even-keel and really doesn't show a lot of emotion, something tells me there'd be a lot of emotion at the end of the night, huh?
Yeah, I think I might actually get excited for that one. That would be pretty huge.
All right, that's DJ Shaw, driver of the Precision JLM number 60, one of the guys to watch this weekend's Oxford 250.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
Don't deal with just anybody to seal coat your driveway or business this season. Call Black Magic. They bring over 20 years of experience in seal coating and crack filling. Black Magic's skilled team makes sure the job is always done right, on schedule with quality workmanship at a fair price. Protect your investment in your driveway by getting it sealed with Black Magic.
Ooh, Black Magic.
My name is Scott. This is Devin. We're the owners of Black Magic Seal Coating. Let us earn your business today. You'll be glad you did.
Legendary race car driver Bentley Warren is putting Arundel on the map. When Bentley's Saloon opened in 2004, it was just a little bar room on the side of the road. Today we have a giant saloon with live music, dancing, and great food and drink indoors and out. We're always looking to meet new friends and have a good old time. There's always something exciting going on at Bentley's. That's why we like to say, who has more fun than us? We do!
Hi. I'm Johnny Wolf. Here at 21st Century Motors, we've been in business since 1972 and we take pride in our work. We have a large selection of pre-owned vehicles that are clean and ready. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. We're experts at getting your car financed, whether you have good, bad, or no credit. We purchase vehicles several times a week, so there's always plenty to choose from. Come on in and make a deal today at 21st Century Motors in Gorham or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
Well, welcome back to Mainely Motorsports, and like I said, we travel up to Wiscasset Speedway, and Mainely Motorsports night saw some great racing, all the divisions. Unbelievable. You know, guys used their heads, made good, rational decisions, and you know, in a couple of situations, in a couple of the races, they could have ruined their night and a few others' nights, but they stuck with it, took the traffic they were in, took the situation they were in, and ended up with podium finishes. So great race by all drivers in all divisions. I want to show you some highlights, and you'll hear from the winners in victory lane from each one of the divisions. I'm going to start out with the Strickleys and the Modifieds. And then when we come back, we'll hear about another entrant for the 250. Could be a surprise winner, but when I say that, it wouldn't shock anybody. So enjoy the highlights, and then we'll be back on Mainely Motorsports.
Young man, it's a pleasure to meet you. I sat right over there last year, I think it was Memorial Day, and I watched you win your first race in front of a packed house with close to 200, and I'm very unbiased when it comes to the racetrack, but to watch you and watch you mature as a racer and win that race that day was awesome, and then to come here tonight and be able to present you one of our big trophies, it's an honor for me to be able to be standing here with you, so congratulations, Jonathan, and man, you do a great job out there.
Thank you very much. I've been wanting one of these trophies and hats for a long time, and I was able to finally get one and be in first place.
You know, and that means a lot to me because it's plastic, it's a trophy, it's a hat that my girlfriend embroiders, but it's kind of a little symbol of us. This is what we do. When we roll into town and we're involved, you're taking home nice hardware. I'm huge on hats. I'm also having my night tonight at White Mountain Motorsports Park off a rain day. I'm not there, I'm here, but they have strict instructions to make sure the top 3 have my hat on, because I think it looks cool for Victory Lane. But talk about the people that really make this happen for you, and they're giving you a car that's going to be a top contender when we roll in for the 4-season synthetic strictly Strudo.
First of all, I'd like to thank Uncle Lowe's, Diner, BW & Sons, Triple K Excavation, Airways Construction, RPM Racing Engines, S&J Auto Recycling, Yankee Artworks, Easy Valley Racing, everyone that helps me in my pits, my grandfather, my mom, my family out here always support me. Thank you very much.
Oh, congratulations, but we got a trophy for you that you're going to present in a minute, but Eric, you requested to present this trophy to this young man, and he's really looking forward to it. And Eric Records is a Special Olympian, and you're going to present him that first place trophy, you're going to run off with it.
I'm going to be a first one. I'm going to be a first one tonight.
You're going to present him the first place trophy.
Yes,
so there you go, Eric. Give that to Jonathan. Oh, you can't take it. He's got one for you. Oh, yeah, you're going to get one. So nobody's going home empty-handed. Hey, by the way, what'd you think of what I did earlier? Can you top that? You think that's who do you think's the big cheese tonight? Me or you?
I think we can share it.
Oh, we can share it. A few years before you get engaged.
Thank you for helping me in Victory Lane and presenting me my trophy. Thank you.
All right, there you go. The top 3 in the Strickleys: Jonathan Emerson, Kyle Hewins, and Mo Young. Man, you're in such a hurry to get here. You almost, we were like setting a sundial to get these 2 here, but Adam Chamberlain, it never gets old winning races, does it? And then when you take a night, when you have over 100 Special Olympic athletes here, and there's some of them for the first time, some of them being involved with the Victory Lane, takes a night like this and makes it a little special, don't it?
Yeah, it definitely does. Glad to have everybody here, and glad to have a good turnout. Hopefully you got everything you need.
Yeah, and we did, and talk about some of the help that's behind the scenes on this car, because it's bad fast.
Yeah, every week. Get the same guys come every week, help me all the time, working on the car 24/7. Good, bad, or indifferent. Race cars in the shop, and we work on it every week.
No, perfect. And we got this for you for a second, and Heather Hudson has your first place hardware. Come on out, Heather. And he's got one for you, Heather. So me and Heather met here last year, and what do you think now that I'm off the market?
Not a thing.
Not a thing. All right, well, congratulations to Adam Chanmon. Welcome to Mainely Motorsports.
To order a copy of this show, send a check or money order for $15, including shipping and handling, to Mainely Motorsports, 2 Main Street, Suite 17-103, Bedford, Maine, 04005. And please add the show number in the description of the show.
Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your main returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
Wiscasset Speedway is back, and we have the cure for your need for speed. Maine's biggest and fastest proudly presents 8 feature divisions, including Pro Stocks, late models, 4-cylinder Pro Stocks, modifieds, and more. Plus special features throughout the season, including the Nelcar Legends, the Wicked Good Vintage Racers, the Nema Midgets, Enduros, and more. All this fun, all this excitement, all for just $5. Wiscasset Speedway, west on the road, Wiscasset. Online at Facebook and WiscassetSpeedway.com.
Welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and
now we've caught up with another driver out of the Dale Shaw stables with one of Dale Shaw's race cars. But one of the probably the most surprising stories this year, and that's Gabe Brown, front runner at Oxford, you know, right up in the point battle, and coming to the Oxford 250. Last year you came, didn't make it in, but it was an experience. What do you think now, coming to your second 250?
Well, last year we didn't really have the crew, and it was more an experience thing than it was trying to make the race. And now going into this year, we know what we're doing, or think we know what we're doing.
Well, obviously, listen, you haven't won a race yet, but you're finishing up front. Depending on what happened last weekend, you know, whether you're a point leader and locked in on a provisional, but you got a good race car, and you've driven smart racing, and so you got to be some excited and give yourself a little credit, because it just seemed like yesterday we was racing go-karts at the Mainely Motorsports TV 400, and I was giving you a sweatshirt, and your little brother was getting his sweatshirt, and it was a big deal. And now you're going to roll into this track this weekend with some of the best drivers in all of New England, Bubba Pollard, and you're one of the guys that people are going to talk about as potentially walking out of there with all the hardware. I mean, give yourself a little credit, bud. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. Well, we're trying. I obviously couldn't do it without DJ, Dale, Steph. I got the best that I could probably have, and if I didn't have their help with the go-karts through the Pro Stocks, it wouldn't be the same, because they taught me everything I know, and they let me work out of here, and I have all the tools I need. I have all the parts I need. I just got to grab it and put it together.
No, and that's, you know, the good part is, you know, how old are you, 15?
Yep, almost 16.
Almost 16. You appreciate it. You get it. You understand what they've given and you're giving back. You're not just letting your race car roll to the track and you go race it. If you're not racing, you're at the track helping those guys. You know, if you're not in school, you're at the shop helping those guys. So, you know, that's how it goes hand in hand. And but, you know, this weekend, such a big event and such a, you know, exciting. Do you have to pinch yourself sometimes and go, you know, I'm only 15. I should be sitting in the grandstands watching all this, not be a part of it, you know?
Yeah, I definitely do miss watching it. When I helped the rental car a couple weeks ago at the last pass race, when there was 51 cars that showed up, it was like, wow, it was a good one to skip and sit back and watch it play out and watch other people and learn a couple of things, and it was nice to do that.
No, you literally you started in 2017. You had success right off the bat. There was no learning curve. You finished second in the night before 250 in the Granite State race, but you know, you've been showing that steady progression and what I call racing beyond your means. Because at 15, when you see the front, you want to win. That's when we make mistakes. That's when we overdo it. That's when we, you know, drive it in deeper than we should and all that. But you aren't making those mistakes. And how much has DJ and Dale meant to you and talking to you, and you know, because both of them have made plenty of mistakes too, so you got two of them to feed from.
Yeah, having DJ over the radio spotting for me, and it's a huge help having him on the radio, because he's done it and he knows the mistakes that I will make and knows to tell me to slow down or keep your head on your shoulders and just pay attention and keep doing what you're doing, because it's obviously not your night if you're not up there racing for the lead.
Yeah. Now, obviously, there's a lot of guys coming. They all want to win this race. What makes this race a successful day for Gabe Brown and his team?
Just making the race without having to take a provisional of any sort is mainly our goal, and I know it's probably not realistic, but staying on the lead lap throughout 250 laps would be big for us too. We don't really have a crew, and that'd help a lot, just staying on the lead lap.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And you know, how long ago was it we were racing go-karts? It was 3 or 4 years, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it seemed like yesterday.
2015.
Yeah, so it was pretty much yesterday. Now you're rolling into Oxford, a race that you don't know a lot about, but just standing in this shop and hearing the stories, you know, of Dale having to get in, almost be in the front row of the grandstands when he was trying to pass Dion in '85. Have you heard that story?
Oh, I've heard all kinds.
You know, heard them all. You know, DJ being close, and you know, what would it mean if all the stars aligned and you were the next Tommy Rosati at a young age and stood in victory lane at the end of the night? What would that mean to you to be able to give that to these guys as well as yourself?
I'd probably retire, because that's at the top of my bucket list, and that's all I want right now. But we'll think about that maybe a couple more years down road.
No, absolutely. But, you know, usually I have these and we're in a group session and everybody's sitting around, and when I say, who do you think is, if you're not going to win it, who's the favorite to win it? And everybody always looks around and they always pick whoever's sitting around them because they don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. This year's no different, I think. But in your mind, you can't win it. You don't win it. Who do you think are a couple of the favorites that at the end of the night could be standing in victory lane and you're going to be like, told you so?
I'd like to say DJ, but I think Kurt Gary's got us all covered. Him or Cassius Clark.
Yeah, that 7G, huh? I mean, just on it. But when I talked to DJ earlier, he's getting closer. You know, the short track program, and he's closed the gap. And like we always say, you know, you can't win a race till you can run consistently in the top 5, and he's got the 60 running in the top 5. You're running in the top 5 on a weekly basis, and some of that maybe a little bit of advantage to the weekly guy, yeah?
It's definitely a big help because the track's been different almost every weekly race this year, and that helps a lot going into the 250, knowing what we need, and knowing what we need, and that helps because like the temperatures and the grip on the track, whether there's like the sun and hot out.
So yeah, the weekly, being there every week, you've seen the changes. Now you couldn't do this, you're 15 years old. I know you work here, Dale probably pays you with lunch. And but who are some of the people that make this possible, that give you this opportunity other than Dale and DJ?
Well, my dad for sure, he comes up here and works his butt off on this thing every week, nuts and bolts in, does whatever I ask him to do. Mostly the guy that does all the work for my dad, he claims, makes all the money, Matt Hill. He helps me and his family, and Kathy Garland, Mitchell Drew, all my uncles almost, they all chip in a little bit and help us out on this.
You know, a few sponsors, and you know, it's small town racing at the big time level.
Absolutely. Almost all my sponsors live right here on the same road I do.
That's awesome. When you guys go into Oxford this week and you're looking for that feel-good story and you're looking for that guy that, you know, I don't have anybody I want to cheer for, but who do I cheer for? This guy right here, 15-year-old Gabe Brown, making a name for himself up there, battling for his first ever championship, but wants to be battling at the end of the day to bring the Oxford 250 winning car back here to Dale Shaw Race Cars.
Hi, I'm Scott from Scott Recreation. We just had the biggest month in our history. Why? We're selling campers at wholesale to the public, even the 2019s. So what did we do? We went out and bought a bunch more. Up to 40% off travel trailers and fifth wheels, up to 35% off toy haulers, up to 30% off motorhomes. You'll never see these prices again. Over 400 campers to choose from, all at wholesale prices.
Scott's Recreation, Route 4 Turner and Route 202 Manchester, Maine.
Wiscasset Speedway is back, and we have the cure for your need for speed. Maine's biggest and fastest proudly presents 8 featured divisions, including Pro Stocks, late models, 4-cylinder Pro Stocks, modifieds, and more. Plus special features throughout the season, including the Nell Car Legends, the Wicked Good Vintage Racers, the NEMA Midgets, Enduros, and more. All this fun, all this excitement, all for just $5. Wiscasset Speedway, west on the road, Wiscasset. Online at Facebook and WiscassetSpeedway.com.
Probably given more trophies, more big trophies than anybody in my entire career, and that's Austin Terras. And Austin, once again, you cease to amaze everybody. You know, you just an opportunistic. You waited and waited and waited, and when it was there, you took it.
Yeah, we got fortunate with that lap car. Kind of held him up for a split second. I saw the hole right for it. little bit of right side contact, a little draw hurts, it's okay.
No, absolutely, and you and your dad, this is fun. This is part-time, and we got 6 Nelcar, 7, we got a bunch of wins. I mean, you guys, I know this isn't the main focus this year, but you're still having fun with these legends.
Oh yeah, we're racing the super late model full time, and whenever we can get around the Legend on Thursday nights, any Saturday or Sunday that we can, we're trying to run it. We're doing decent this year. We picked up super late model win, 2 Legend wins, so it ain't too bad of a year.
And anybody that's headed over to Oxford next week, watch that black number 29, because this young kid's going to be in the Oxford 250, and he's one to watch. So once again, congratulations from all of us at Mainely Motorsports, and we got a trophy for you. Josh Strong is presenting your first place trophy. There you go, he says.
This is so super awesome.
All right, and what did you say anything you want? Anything anybody tell you?
I hope you all have, I hope everything here is super awesome, and I hope you all enjoy your super awesome evening.
There you go. Super awesome Austin. Your winner, Super Austin Austin. Yep. So there, you got a trophy, he's got one for you. All right, and I'll turn this off in a minute, but I just want to say Austin just turned to me and said, we're donating our check back to what you're doing tonight with the Special Olympics. So congratulations to those guys, and I'm telling you, this kid's a real deal. Thank you. Jimmy Childs. Who would have thunk it? Less than a week old, already in victory lane. I mean, that's precious, huh? And I mean, you drive hard and you want to win every week, but I know there was a little bit more in you tonight that you wanted to be standing here in victory lane.
Well, I want to win this for my boy Jacob here, who was born Tuesday morning. But really, Steve, I wanted to win this for your father, Bob. I told you, Steve, that I was going to win a race for him. And I was hoping that you were going to be here, and I was going to do it. This is for Bach, for you, all you do to the sport. Thank you.
No, man, I'm a loss for words, because you did. Actually, you did. You know, when you saw me, and you know, obviously everything I got going on tonight, I'm not thinking about it, and yeah, no, it was a tough loss, and I appreciate that, man, and congratulations to you, the new addition to the family, and all the people behind the scenes.
All the people, Levette Spas, Snows Excavation, Danny Morris and Kennebec Equipment Rental, Marty Emerson, Pilot Car Service, Brown Motorsports, Bill Bryant, my father mostly, my mom, my fiance Crystal, my kids, Magna Village Jewelry, but all you fans, you know, I mean, you come to this place and it's hard to make friends with people on the track, but I'll always have all you guys.
Okay, that's right. And congratulations, and one of the best competitors all throughout the state of Maine, and that's Jimmy Childs. And we got a trophy for you. Christina, right? Well, I gotta find your trophy. Do you know Jimmy Childs? You're about to meet him. Who'd have thunk it? Right, Jimmy? Who'd have thunk it? So why don't you go present him his first place trophy? And then Jimmy's got something for you. You got one for her, Jimmy. All right, there you go. Congratulations to the top 3, but especially Jimmy Childs and the new family addition. Now you know, if we don't get a caution at lap 19, you're going to drive the tires off this thing. Let the fans see what you have to say. To drive the tires off this thing, to try to get to Frank, and you had to smile right off. That helmet had to be full of grin when that caution came out, because you knew you needed it.
Oh, I needed it for sure. I mean, even if I could have caught Frank in the 20 laps to go, getting by him would have been another story. I really wasn't sure what I'd have for him because he was so far ahead, and I knew he's been good the last few weeks. We had a good race going last week, and we kind of got together and messed it up both of us. So glad to see us both rebound and top three today.
No, that's awesome, and a lot of people behind the scenes. I know your dad, Gary, one of the big supporters of you, and having a young family, it's hard to put the time into these race cars you want to, but you definitely show you got a fast race car, and like I said, and I don't know if you guys can hear me, I go all over New England, all the way to Florida to watch racing, film racing, and this is one of the top 3 divisions in all of the racetracks I travel to watch on a bi-weekly or weekly basis, and you guys put on a show.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I put this class up against any in New England, really. Competition-wise, there's so many good drivers and cars out here. And like Andrew said earlier, when you got drivers on the board, when you start towards the back of this class and come up through and win, you've accomplished something. So it feels good to win.
Well, you accomplished it tonight. Your winner in the late model race, Chris Thorne. And Corey, you got him a trophy? He's got a big one for you. And he's got one for you. What do you think of that?
Good.
Now you're going to come back here and want to try racing next year, aren't you?
I'd like to thank my mom and dad for taking me down here. And I love you guys.
You're already acting like a racer. It's the first person they thanks. You've done this before. Get your picture taken, bud.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Ignition won't turn? Wait, don't tow it. It may just be a one key. Hi, I'm Jim Broadhurst, owner of eKeys for Cars of Saco. At eKeys for Cars, we'll diagnose your problem over the phone and give you a firm quote. No bait and switch here. Whenever or wherever you're stuck, eKeys for Cars will come to you. Call eKeys for Cars in Saco, the fast, affordable fix for your car key and lock needs.
Mainely Motorsports, brought to you by
Four Seasons Synthetic. See them for all your AMSOIL product needs. Welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and as we continue our trek throughout the state of Maine with guys that I consider pre-race favorites for the Oxford 250, we're over here at Pettit Motorsports with their driver, Travis Benjamin, 2-time winner of this race. And how you feeling this year, Trav, about your chances?
Yeah, I'm excited. We've raced there 3 times, and the worst we finished is 5th, so we should be right there, I hope so. Now,
this team, for the last few years, has been the team to beat. Every time you pull into Oxford, everybody was, they were gauging their day by you. Then the 7G comes to life. And then this summer, you guys kind of lost your mojo a little bit through June and July, really struggled, but the last couple of races, you're back climbing towards the top. So you got to feel good as you roll into Oxford this weekend and chase your 3rd win, but the 1st win for Pettit Motorsports.
Yeah, we started the season really strong, and then, after you got to try a few things to see if you can get any better, and now it didn't really work. So now we've figured out what we need, and the last couple weeks we've been back on the track.
Now, when you pull into this race, it's 250 laps on Sunday night. You get there Saturday, there's some practice. I mean, do you already have the strategy for the weekend, or do you kind of see what others do? Do you kind of, try to, what are the plans?
We kind of try to do our own thing and not really worry about what everybody else is doing. And, Friday is just the day to get set up, get comfortable and all that stuff. And then Saturday we really start to get after, and Sunday obviously is the day you really work hard for.
Well, no, absolutely. Now, we all know what it felt like for you to win your first 250, so we know what it would feel like for Peter, Mark, Todd, Scotty, Herkus, all those guys to get their first win. It was so close a couple years ago. But for you, if you could win your third, and now when they talk about Nason, Dion, Rowe, now they throw Benjamin in. I mean, do you feel like you're at that level?
Not at all. Those names you just mentioned are awesome race car drivers, and I think we can do it. You know, we got a great team, and everybody works hard, and just that race is so unpredictable. Everything's got to go perfect.
Well,
for
when you say unpredictable, let's think of the guys that have won everything under the sun, like Kelly Moore, Jeff Taylor, Tracy Gordon, that have never won this race. And then there's other guys, you know, yourself and, you know, Curtis, you know, guys, Glenn Luce, you know, Wayne Hellewell, guys that, you know, have won it. You know, and it's just, it's that race that I almost think people put so much pressure on it that they kind of, you know, they take themselves out of it.
Yeah, I mean, you can very easily. You know, like I said, it takes everything. It takes just, you know, having a good race, a good clean race, and, you know, you gotta be there at the end, obviously, and to put yourself in that position. But it's so hard because Oxford's a tricky track, you know, and it takes a lot to get just a win there, not just 250.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And before we get to everybody's pre-race favorite, let's talk about the people behind the scenes that make this possible, the car owners, the sponsors, everybody, because to run as much as you guys do and as well as you do, you know, there's a lot of financial commitment and a lot of people that make it possible.
Oh yeah, you know, my father, number one, he's been behind me since day one. You know, when I started with these guys, Peter Pettit, obviously, he puts his heart and soul, and everybody that works on this team. You know, it was fun to come join this team because everybody has their role. You know, Mark's the crew chief, Todd does, you know, whatever needs to be done, you know, Scotty and Mike, and everybody has their role, and it's a lot of fun to be a part of. You know, to have a good team, everybody's got to have their role, and these guys are a lot of fun to.
No, that's good. Now, I'm not even going to talk and ask you who you think, if you don't win, who's going to win the 250. Everybody thinks that this 7G, I mean, they are onto something, huh? And I mean, but the gap's closing. I mean, we've seen Cassius run within the last few. You know, talking to DJ earlier in the show, he's getting closer. Do you feel like, you know, the gap's closing for everybody onto him?
He's tough, that's for sure. It's going to take a lot to beat him, I think. But yeah, Cassius is good. Reed's been really good. We've been good there, you know. Like I said, we started 31st last week and got 5th, and I thought we were top 2 or 3 car pretty easily if we could have started a little bit better. It's going to be a 7. It's been a 7 for the last 5 or 6 years. It's going to be a 7.
It's going to be a 7.
There's going to be a 7 in there somewhere.
So if you don't have a 7 in your car, you might as well stay home, according to Travis. But no, this car always one to watch. The red number 7 running way out on the upper lip, going to the front, or if it's not at the front, already at the front, lapping cars. So we want to wish you the best of luck, you and the entire team, and look forward to maybe talking to you again at the end of the night, because I know we've done that before.
Oh, that's the best part of the weekend.
Best part of the weekend.
If you finish top 3 there, you know, on your show. I had my boy and my father on there.
But tell everybody why you're the most confident going this year. What happened this winter?
Pit stop champions. We always win the pit stop champion, and I got the same people helping me. So
you won it twice. You won the 250.
Every time I win the 250, I win the pit stop championship.
And you guys won it this year.
And we won it this year. So
there you go.
My boys' team won it too.
So
they won the kids division. So
yeah, I don't want to hear it.
We could dominate.
Yeah, you could dominate it. You could finish first and second, but I don't want to hear it if you don't. But definitely one to watch. This team and Oxford 250. It don't get any bigger and any better up here in the Northeast.
Servicing differentials is virtually impossible. The confined space makes fill holes difficult to reach, and industry-standard conical bottles are rigid and hard to squeeze. That combination makes for a messy job. Plus, you can't get all of the gear lube out of the bottle, so you have to buy more than you need to complete the job. And engineering your own solution only results in disaster. Not anymore. Introducing the new AMSOIL Easy Pack. Easily access hard-to-service differentials. Easily squeeze out all of the contents. And easily stay clean while you do it. No more leftover fluid or inconvenient rigid bottles. No more trouble reaching difficult fill holes. No more mess. AMSOIL Severe Gear in the new Easy Pack. The solution to all your problems.
Another first from AMSOIL. For a stocking dealer nearest you, call toll-free 877-761-8375 or visit fourseasonsynthetic.com.
Hi, I'm Andy Austin with exciting news about a new division of Beech Ridge Motor Speedway designed to bring new people to weekly racing. Here's series founder Dan Wolf.
Thanks, Andy. Our goal was to create cheap, easy-to-build race cars. Bone stock production cars with a simple 4-point roll cage and proper safety equipment.
We've named them the 21st Century Motors Street Devils. Our 2017 rulebook and schedule are available at beechridge.com and at Street Devils Racing on Facebook.
The future of auto racing has always been streetcar divisions because of the low cost.
Some folks are building cars and sharing the driving duties. There's even an all-star car to allow celebrities to try out the Street Devil and a 2-seat driver's ed car so you can take a few laps.
Get information about our mentor program, low-cost safety equipment, roll cage kits, and videos on how to build one at Street Devils Racing on Facebook.
So, form a team, build a car, and come join us this summer as we kick off the 21st Century Motors Street Devil division at Beech Ridge Motor Speedway.
Football fans, have we got a deal for you? VIP Tour and Charter Bus Company is offering round-trip transportation to Gillette Stadium to watch the New England Patriots make another run for the Super Bowl. Ride in style knowing we're doing the driving. So if you've got a ticket, we've got your ride. It doesn't get any better than that. Just log on to VIPChartercoaches.com, click on the Browse Book Tour button, and book your trip today. It's that simple. Relax and leave the driving to us, and we'll leave the tailgating to you.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and as we wrap up our 250 edition, it's only fitting we wrap up this year's show the week before the race with the guy that we wrapped last year's show up the day of the race, and that's Curtis Gary. And Curtis, what a year it's been for you, your team, you know, coming off a win that was probably not expected when you rolled in there last year.
No, when we went to the 250 last year, I didn't have any idea we'd be sitting in victory lane after that race. But as a result of that, all year spending the time, you know, basking in the win of the 250.
Never gets old, does it?
No, it doesn't. No matter where we go, people talk about it still, and just our success this year has been just amazing.
Well, I think that's the thing. Not only the 250, but what's happened since then. You're like, I don't think it's been 15, 20 years since we've rolled into this race where there's been a target on a guy's back.
Right.
The last guy that had that target, his name was Nason.
Yeah.
That was so dominant at this track.
Yeah.
That, you know, when I say you're dominant, you're not, I don't even know if that's the word, but you're winning.
Right, I know.
You know?
Yeah, we don't just run away with them. It's just we're there at the last moment, and sometimes we take the lead right at the last part of it. You know, it's been crazy. You know, to have that bullseye in your back, it feels just like the pressure, you know.
Do you feel more pressure this year?
I mean, I do and I don't. I mean, I try not to let it bother me, but, you know, we've been undefeated since the last year's Oxford 250 at Oxford.
And you know the slip is going to fall off.
Right.
We know that at some point.
Yeah.
You know, the question we have to ask ourselves, can we get one more ballroom dance,
right,
you know, before it turns back into a pumpkin, you know?
So, yeah, I mean, going there with full expectations. We know we have a winning car, you know, everything has to play and fall into play and all that, but, so I don't know. But you do feel some pressure, obviously, because everybody's, you know, all our fans and all our family, they're expecting.
And the fans.
They're expecting the results,
That
you
fan
know?
base has grown, hasn't it?
Oh, it's grown
But
huge.
you know, we've spent this show talking to some other guys. All three guys we talked to were in the shop working on their race cars. We're up at the house. We're
Right.
overlooking the field. I mean, you know, pretty relaxed. You got to be in good shape. And you got a race to run Saturday night.
Yeah.
That's all they're focusing on.
Yeah.
Saturday night, when people are watching this show, you're getting prepared to run Beech Ridge,
Yeah.
70-lap event, as you're chasing the championship there with Trevor Sanborn, Mike Rowe, Dan McKay, you know, some tough competitors. So you can't even start really focusing on the 250 till you roll out of Beech Ridge Saturday night.
No, we can't. I mean, the car, all the prep work's done, the car's done. We got to focus on Friday. We're going up to practice a little bit. Then we're coming back, you know, to run Beech Ridge on Saturday night, and then pack it up and go back Sunday morning at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
to get there for the 250. So.
So it's an incredible run. It's an incredible journey. You know, you're the little guy. You're still the little guy. As many as you've won in a row.
I know.
You're still that little guy showing
Yeah.
up with the trailer that's trying to sell used cars
I
out the
know.
side of it, parked down in the corner, trying to hide out of everybody's way. But
Yeah.
man, I'm sure when you walk in there Sunday morning, there's going to be a little extra bounce in your step. And when I say that, you're the most humble guy I've ever come across. But still, to walk in there knowing how you walked out of there last year, this August night,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, pretty special for you, the fiance, the team, all of them, you know.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be walking there pumped, you know, full of energy and ready to go. You know, I mean, how could you have done any better? We've gone undefeated since the last 250.
Yeah.
Our odds are high.
No, absolutely.
To finish in the front if nothing else happens.
Well,
so.
you're looking to join Bodine,
Yeah.
obviously Nason, Travis Benjamin, Ben Rowe, guys that have gone back to back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes they say it's harder to win the first one. You've already done that.
Yeah.
There's no other reason to think you're not going to win. Everybody else, when I've talked to everybody on the show, off the show, on the phone, what's going on?
Yeah.
It's all about the 7G.
I know.
Well, we're just trying to be the second best car. That's what they're all saying. We're just trying to be the second best car. So as we close this week's episode, and you're getting ready to go defend your 250 championship, and hopefully, for your sake, we're closing the next week's episode with you. Then that means now the great night. If you don't see yourself standing in victory lane, and it's hard to say that, give me a couple guys that you think that are closing the gap, getting better, you're noticing their program starting to really get fine-tuned as we roll into this August night?
Well, Travis you can't count out. You know, they've struggled the last few races, but they'll get it figured out, and, you know, they're obviously going to be a great contender. But somebody that I think can sneak up on us is DJ. Myself. DJ's been right there last few pass races, just to tick off. You know, racing to the front, gets there, just stalls out just before, but they're only lacking just a tiny bit, and they're going to be right there in the front.
It's funny, I talked to him earlier on the show, and that's what he said.
Yeah.
He's closed the gap,
Yeah.
and now we can see you.
Yeah.
Now we can see you,
Yeah.
you know, and
you know, Reed and Cassius, obviously, you know, they've proven to be, you know, obviously contenders, you know, so.
But you know the other 59 cars or 64 cars or whatever.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They're all picking you. You know they're all picking you. I think it's a landslide. Like you're going to the Hall of Fame with 100% vote.
Right.
That's unheard of. Usually there's somebody that's not picking. They're
know.
all picking you.
Yeah.
So the bullseye's on your back.
Yeah.
We wish you the best of luck. I want nothing more. And I'll tell you, you guys had to, it was after you won the last one. I'll never forget, I come down to Victory Lane, get my video and all that, and you come out of the car, nonchalant, you stand there, and we looked at each other, and we just laughed. Because there's nothing else you can do. When you're on this roll, you just have to laugh about it. And, man, one more would be huge. It would be epic. And, like I said, we haven't rolled into this race with this kind of favorite since the Nason era.
Yeah.
So, good luck.
Yeah.
We're pulling for you. We're pulling for everybody, but we love those feel-good stories. And,
yeah, it's definitely been awesome, you know, to have all the support from everybody behind us, even my competitors, you know, they're just...
Yeah, because you're doing it the right way.
It's just
You've worked hard, and you've earned what's happened, the opportunity.
Yeah.
So we hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode. Still, when you're watching this, still think about this race, the heat races, everything. The 7G, he's the guy out there with the bullseye on his back, and really going to be a great weekend, and the best of luck from all of us here at Mainely Motorsports, Curtis.
Thank you.